Judy, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization and what you guys do?
Okay. I have been in rescue about 9 years. Our group is called A Paw and a Prayer Dog Rescue, and I primarily am a small dog rescue person. And I have a group of wonderful people that help me foster, but I founded the organization a while back and actually for years and years just ran it by myself without any help. At this point, we adopt out maybe 60 to 80 a month, and I couldn't do it without help and without fosters. I get a dog, any dog or puppy that I get comes to my vet, and of course we're at the vet's office, you're seeing that. All of my dogs come to the vet and I get them completely vetted. The vet checks them out, their eyes, lungs, heart. He checks out their body and makes sure there's no sores or anything on. And then each dog, if it's an adult, it gets a heartworm test, and they get a distemper parvo shot. They also get Bordetella, which is a nasal thing for kennel cough. It's called Bordetella. They also were treated for ear mites, and they're dewormed, and then we schedule a spay or a neuter. So before they get spayed or neutered, I often will let them go to foster. If a dog is adopted before, they get a spay-neuter certificate, and we check and follow up and make sure that they actually did get spayed or neutered. Puppies, we don't like to spay or neuter until they're about 3 or 4 months old, so they all go with a spay-neuter certificate. Now, the dogs that I get from puppy mills are spayed or neutered before they go to an adoptive home, because we want to make sure they don't continue with that lifestyle, and so we want to make sure that they're not going to continue to reproduce and be abused in that way. I have been able to find foster homes for all of the dogs that I have taken in as of late. We do this by going to Petco or PetSmart every weekend, and also we go to events that they have. The transformation that you see from when you get that dog in and then 2 weeks later, it's wonderful, wonderful to watch. For the public to step up and want to take these dogs and adopt them is just a wonderful thing, a wonderful thing.
What's your website?
My website is www.apawandprayer.com. And my Facebook page is A Paw and a Prayer Dog Rescue. You have to put the dog rescue in. And then I've got an email address that's apawandprayer@aol.com. And that's pretty much it.
Well, Judy, thank you for your time. And thank you
welcome.
for everything that you've done to...
My name is Doug. I'm new to volunteering, but I've learned that a lot goes into pet rescue. It's a whole lot of work by a whole lot of people that put their time into it, and I have a newfound respect for the people that do, and I just hope people keep doing it. It's a good cause.
What I want people to understand is that this is a calling. This is not a business. It is a business. I run it like a business, but this is something that I feel like that the Lord wants me to do. And I pray every day for these dogs and for the homes that they get, and that they get good homes. And I would encourage anybody to get into this, especially if you're older. I'm older than I look, thank goodness. But as you get older, most people discover that they're not quite as needed, or they don't feel like they are, and opinions are not quite as important as they were when you were younger. And this makes a person feel very needed and appreciated, and I love what I do.
Choices I made in life, and I know there's a choice in life this time, and I know there's a choice last time.
To live a great life in New York, because New York can be a pretty tough at times. It's not a backyard. There's dogs everywhere, coexisting in a small environment. So we need to teach them what we want from them, and I think that's the biggest challenge with humans and dogs is communication. Is people need to understand that dogs need to understand what we want them to do and not expect it. So that's where I'm going with it. With my sort of motto is becoming bark, train, love. You have to bark, the communication. Dog's trying to speak to you, trying to speak to them. You work with training, balance, and then you can give them all the love in the world. But
there is a way, there is a way, there's always a way.
And two of them went up to New York, and the lady that adopted the one that I fostered personally at a home. I get pictures, I get updates. So it's wonderful to see that they're in a good home, and we can take the next foster, get them ready to go to a home. Yeah.
Guys, good evening. When police arrived at the home of Deborah Catledge, they found over 100 Pomeranians and Yorkies stuffed in cages outside. Most of them were alive, but several had already frozen to death. Tonight, the surviving animals are on the road to recovery, and for some, that's right here in the scenic city. Meet Sadie and May. Although they're a few years old, the Pomeranians are just now learning how to jump, walk on grass, and even play with toys. They lived at this puppy mill their entire lives, robbed of the chance to have a loving family.
They don't know how to be a dog. They don't know how to be a pet. To have somebody love them and talk nicely to them, they don't understand it.
But with the help of Judy Butterfield and her volunteer team, they're learning. A Paw and a Prayer dog rescue is ready to help those animals get their second chance.
I was just absolutely devastated when I heard about that. It's just amazing man's inhumanity that anybody could do this to dogs. To have that many precious little dogs and just not care, let them freeze.